What's up, guys? So I wanted to show you guys some of the kind of easy modifications and just the overall way I set up my easy cart here. I've been geeking out on this thing since I got it relatively recently. I haven't used it very much yet at all. Unfortunately, the weather hasn't been terribly cooperative for golf, and I've been doing a bunch of other stuff. But at least it's fun setting up my gear and getting it ready. So once I'm ready to get back out there, I'll be ready to go. So I went with the Dynamic Discs Easy Cart. I really like the fact that you can use pretty much any bag you want on this cart. But after testing it with a couple different backpack style bags, I decided to get a soldier bag for it just because I really like the wide open access to my plastic. It has two drink holders on it, on the bag as well, so I also took the drink holders off of the back of the cart. I didn't really care for them too much. They're a little flimsy, and I also was catching my heel on them a little bit while I was pulling the cart behind me out on the course. So I decided just to have a nice clean look on the back, just take those off. Have the soldier cart attached with a little couple pieces of paracord. I'll show you how I did that in a second. But yeah, the two drink holders on the cart, I have one of them holding some gear right now because all of my backpack bags that I've been using for years only have one drink holder. I'm pretty comfortable with that. I tend to hydrate pretty heavily before the round, so I drink a lot of water before the round. And then I have a nice 40-ounce bottle ready to go while I'm playing. It's usually plenty. But I could throw another bottle in there if I want to. Right now I have a small waterproof box thrown in the other drink holder there as a place to put some more gear. Alright, let's start at the bottom. So this bag down here is actually a kind of luggage organizer that you can use to separate clothes and stuff in a suitcase. I found it on Amazon. I like the fact that it's matching my kind of green and black motif with the cart, and they're pretty inexpensive. My wife took the rest of them for when we actually do travel. They should be useful. It comes in a 4-pack, but this particular one, I did the measurements, actually fits more or less perfectly on this bottom shelf. Way in the back there, you're not going to be able to see it, but there's actually a handle on the back of this that I zip tied on the back of the cart so this bag can't pull out of here. And what this allows is I can just kind of organize some gear down here. For right now, I have specialty discs down here. So I have a Lucid Criminal, Megasoft Caltrup, and a Pro D Thrasher. Not discs that are like go-tos for me. I haven't even thrown that Criminal yet, but I've heard it's extremely overstable. The Megasoft Caltrup, I'll use that for like certain situations if I really need a shot to sit and stick. That could be a good disc for me to use. So I just have a few extra discs thrown down there. Right now the whole setup has 20 discs in it overall. So yeah, this worked out pretty nicely. I would like to modify it so that it stands up a little bit. You can see it kind of like lays flatter here. But it's also nice, if I didn't have the discs in there, I could stuff any other type of gear in there. And it's really, it adds like no weight to the cart whatsoever, and it will prevent any of that stuff from falling off of the shelf. And there's still plenty of room if I want to like stuff a jacket or something above there. Real quick while I got you here, I made some quick zipper pulls for the soldier bag as well. Not going to go into the discs themselves in this particular video. I'll be posting a new in the bag relatively soon. I still have a few of these that I haven't even tested yet, like I have this Bio Criminal in here, and that Lucid Criminal that's down in the bottom. I haven't even thrown those. So yeah, once I actually play some golf, I'll do an updated kind of winter in the bag and show you what I'm carrying. But 20 discs, 18 or 17 up here, plus 3 in the bottom shelf there. I could put plenty more on that bottom shelf if I want to stuff them in there, but 20 is a nice round number, and it's plenty of plastic for me. I can cover a lot of different bases. I may, of course, always switch things in and out depending on what I need. This pocket right here is completely empty. I'm going to put my wallet and stuff in there when I play, so I keep that completely empty for that purpose. Nice drink bottle holder here. This pocket here has pens and pencils, Sharpie, that sort of thing. I also really like about the soldier bag the symmetry, the fact that it's the same on both sides. I like that. It appeals to me for whatever reason. Then I have this waterproof Plano tackle box. These are really great. This thing's like $5 or $6 or something like that. And it's got a rubber gasket in there to prevent anything from getting in there. So even though I have the stuff kind of just sitting in the drink holder here, it's never ever going to get wet or messed up in here. I may attach some way to I may put like a leash on this thing so it can't fall out of the cart at some point, but I really don't think it's going to be an issue. It fits in there nice and snug. That has some light first aid stuff and, you know, maybe things I may need in an emergency or something like that. Some duct tape in case something comes falling apart. I need to tape it back together. That sort of stuff, you know, nothing crazy, but it is nice to have that extra storage there. Alright, so back here you can see that there's this little mesh pocket in the top, what will be the top of the soldier bag. This is a perfect place for my scorecards, my mini, and my PGA rule book. Threw that in there just in case anything ever comes up I want to clarify out there on the course. This is the way I chose to attach the soldier bag. It has this ready-made bag strap clip right here, and I just use this little round piece of paracord. It basically makes a loop. You feed that loop through, tighten it down, and then it's a little tricky to do with one hand, but you just cinch this sliding bead of the Cobra stitch that I showed you how to do on my zipper pull video right up to that. Not going anywhere. That locks it in real nice, but it's also real easy to take off quickly, which is great. I think that's all I really have to show you on here. Maybe I could show you right here. Oh yeah, that is where the bag on the underside is zip tied to the frame there, so it can't fall out. Not bad. Pretty easy the way that worked out. I'm pretty happy with it. Then finally, we have this great towel that Disc Golf Depot hooked me up with. I gave away the same type of towel for my holiday giveaway. Really nice. And it goes up to this handle mod that I have set up. So let's take a look at this. Really simple. It's just a paracord wrap, as you can see, but I really like the way it came out. It looks good. It's got nice texture and grip to it, and it prevents you from having to grab pure metal, which in the wintertime is quite unpleasant to have to hold on to just a chunk of metal. I tried to put a rubber grip on this thing that I got on eBay, but it didn't quite fit. So this was plan B. I really like the way it came out, though. It's really solid. So the handle has this little end cap on here. Bring a little light over so you can see it a little better. This end cap pops off. Then the first thing I did was I made a little loop of paracord, drilled a hole straight down through here, and put just a stopper knot behind it so that I can hang my towel here. Really simple. I like the way that worked out. Then I started with a knot down here. I left the loose end of the knot running down the underside of the handle, and then I just wrapped the paracord around that. So I cinched it in with the paracord so it can't pull out at all. And then when I got to the end here, you can kind of see it right there. When I got around to this end, I actually tucked the loose end inside the tube and then put the cap on to lock the paracord in place. So if I really fiddled with it, I could probably get it to come off, and eventually I may have to replace it or use some glue or something like that. But for now, it doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. It's really tight, and definitely a lot better than grabbing the raw metal, especially like I said in the winter. It's really unpleasant to be holding on to just a raw piece of metal. So yeah, paracord gives some grip and definitely more comfortable. So that's pretty much all the different mods that I've done for this cart so far. I also glued these on. For some reason these were like loose and they just pop out. Because basically, from what I can tell, the large backpack frame is the same as the Easy Cart, but it would go over to here and then go down, and the seat would be right here, right on top here. But it's the same base piece, so they have this kind of like extra piece hanging out here. I'm not super fond of it. If I really cared, I would like consider maybe cutting this down at some point, but it's really not a problem, so I just kind of let it ride. But I did, these were loose for whatever reason. I put a little dab of hot glue, tapped those in, so those aren't going anywhere now too. But overall, I'm really happy with it so far. It holds all the plastic and stuff that I need it to. It's relatively lightweight. I really wanted to stay away from putting like a ton of crap on my cart, like saddlebags and all the weird stuff and the big putter pocket up here and all the stuff hanging off of it. I don't like the way that looks, nor do I want to have all that stuff in tow with me. So I really like this clean, very simplified setup. Pretty happy with the way it's working out so far. I'll keep you guys posted if anything comes up with it. One thing I may do, let's see if I can show you this if I bring the light down a little bit. One thing I may do in the future is put something underneath the bag so it stands up just a little bit higher to improve the amount of clearance between the water bottle holders on the side and the tire. Right now, I don't think it's going to rub, and especially the way I have this set up, I can just kind of scooch the bag over, and it's for sure not going to touch, and it's not going to be an issue. But some people have said that it's been an issue, but could be completely dependent on how you attach it and the way your whole rig sets up. And for me, it doesn't seem to be a problem, but if it ever presented a problem, I may just put something on top of this shelf that raises the bag up another couple inches just to provide a little more clearance from the tires. That's my Zuca cart. Let me know what you guys think of it. If you have any questions, if you guys have a Zuca set up for yourselves, maybe email me some pictures or something. I'd like to take a look, or if you have a video about the mods you've done for yours, definitely let me know how to find it. I'd love to see what you guys are working with. Yeah, it's definitely one of the fun things about having the Zuca carts in general is that they provide a really nice framework for you to then modify and kind of customize the way you want. It's a lot of fun to geek out on this stuff and figure out how you want to set up your cart to suit your needs, and I think I've come up with a pretty good setup so far. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll check you later. Cheers.